All right. Well, first of all, thank you for coming. You know, it's kind of difficult for me to find some people uh
Yeah.
to for doing joining the podcast, but this majority is like different than the Bhangra podcast where people like talk about the comp and stuff. For me, I talk about like the backstory on how people got involved with Bhangra and stuff.
hmm
Um, so these are gonna be randomized
Okay, cool.
and I'm gonna like ask you the questions and stuff. So let's start with who inspires you to do Bhangra?
So probably one of my biggest inspirations is my older sister, Priyanka. She
Okay.
was in the circuit obviously for a while and she was on Buckeye Bhangra and then also started like SDS and Dance with FCB for a couple competitions. So I think kind of how much she fell in love with it and how involved she was with it was involved with the circuit when she was in college kind of inspired me to really like grow my own passion for the dance as well and get involved.
Oh, nice, nice.
Yeah.
What was your first comp that you did?
My first comp was Berg 2021 last year when we won.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. Nice. Um, should pen, but it doesn't matter. Um, so like whenever you go to like mixers and you see other people's team's outfit, either like merchandise with the merchandise or traditional, um, are you more into the merchandise side or the more traditional?
Um, I would definitely say more like merch side of it, like especially for like the way we come into mixers and stuff like that. We'll usually wear like our like token like gray first class hoodies with like a blazer on top. So that's kind of like our signature
That's,
outfits for every
yeah.
mixer. So I like personally like I think both definitely have a nice taste to it, but like I think seeing other teams kind of have like their own style and how they like create or get very creative with their merchandise is like
Mhm.
really cool to see, especially like one like off the bat I can know it was like Surme and their like varsity
Yeah,
jackets they had
they're
at
pretty
Berg.
fire.
Yeah, that those jackets were super tough and like when we all walked in a mixer we were like, "Oh God, like those were super sick." So I think like being able to see how like teams can kind of put their own spin on like token stuff that people like wear daily. I think that's like really cool in my opinion.
Oh, okay, nice. Um, so during like comps and stuff, like share like the moments of the ups and downs that you guys have to deal with.
I'm trying to think. Okay, so like one biggest like challenge that I personally had to deal with. So we went to East Coast Showdown in
Yeah.
Virginia last year, or actually like earlier this year, like last year spring semester or whatever. And during tech time when we were doing our run through, I actually got injured halfway through the run through and like
Okay.
I didn't like know like I just obviously felt a lot of pain and stuff, but then
Oh,
I thought I would be able to dance like later in the night, but then unfortunately like my knee just couldn't do it. And then later I found out that I tore my meniscus and I had to get surgery later, so I was out for basically most of the year. And I think that was definitely like one big challenge because it was like my first year dancing
yeah.
with FCB and like I was really trying to like gain my bearings in the circuit and stuff like that. And then just for it to be cut like so short was very unfortunate
Oh,
um
wow.
for me. But yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how like yeah, thing like dancing if you dance too much or I don't know, you have to like probably be careful.
Yeah,
Because I know there
exactly.
was like one podcast where Umer someone talk about like health and stuff is like
Yeah,
wearing
yeah.
shoes and doing like studio practice and stuff. Um, so whenever you prepare for going on stage, what kind of music do you like prep like to motivate you?
So I actually have like a special like playlist that I have for when like not even just for like comp days, but like whenever I just want to get like hyped up and like mentally like in the zone. So I'll like it has like a variety. It's just like a bunch of rap and stuff like that. And then obviously like I'll bump the mix a lot
Yeah.
and that also like gets me in the zone. especially, but it's usually a mix of those two, but more so like on the mix side, just so I can like kind of helps me get in that zone to be on stage and stuff like that.
What's the one song that like pump you up?
Um, Trying to think.
It can be any, doesn't matter.
I think Trophies by Drake is one that always
That's
gets
pretty
me
good.
like,
Yeah,
yeah, will always get me in the zone.
yeah. I was
Feels.
like, if I would, prep, like listen to something, I don't know what it is because like Kobe Bryant is one of my favorite like basketball players.
Mm.
Listen to the way he prepped was like he used Halloween, the theme
Oh,
song.
okay. Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm like interesting.
Yeah.
But for me, I would use like either like any type of like Eminem song or something, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Um ask that. So as of right now, like, what do you do for a living?
So I'm in my second year in college, so I'm a student. So yeah, that's basically what I do for a
Okay,
living. Yeah.
nice, nice. And then any hobbies
Um, I
besides
really like
dancing?
basketball. Yeah, besides dance, I'm into basketball a lot. So I'm a huge Lakers fan. So
Oh,
I'll keep
nice.
in touch with them and stuff like that. But and I'll try to play every now and then. But recently I've been a bit careful about playing just so I don't get injured again and can't
Right,
dance
right.
anymore. But it's like, yeah.
So like when you started like doing Bhangra, have like has it been like was it interested to you or you had like other else that you wanted like to try out like besides like Bhangra like fusion?
So I've been dancing like basically like my entire life, like as far as I can remember, but I didn't really get into Bhangra until like the second grade and stuff like that. But like I think once like I was exposed to it, it was like an instant falling in love. I like instantly fell in love with it and I can do like fusion and stuff like that. Like that always has been an interest, but I think Bhangra has always been like my strong suit out of all the dance styles. So that's kind of what I've stuck with and what
Mm.
stuck with me the most out of everything.
Oh, okay. So with Bhangra and like, having like passion with it, how you deal with that and school?
Um that's definitely like as like a first year captain, it was one of my biggest like challenges this year. Like it was a lot of times where I put too much time into Bhangra and like school
Mm.
suffered as a result of that. So I think like it's just trying to find that right balance between okay, when am I starting to put too much time into dance and stuff like that, and then when am I like not putting enough time towards obviously what I came to college to do, which is to get my degree. So I think like just making the most use of my time when I'm not in class to get my work done so I can like when I do need to worry about Bhangra, then I have like the time needed to
Okay,
get the stuff done.
nice. So who's your favorite dancer in the circuit, past or now? Well, actually, like so past first and then now.
Okay, past. Um
Then you share it, I'll share it, mine.
okay. Okay, I think present, just like off the top of my head, I think Surya from like Michigan and stuff. Like I really
Yeah,
like
yeah,
dances and the swag he carries on stage is
yeah.
definitely
He's
like
pretty
one of
good.
a kind and like it's tough to emulate and I would like the way he carries himself on stage is like I think it's fantastic. And then past mm, mm, I think Sumit from FCB, like one of the founders of the team,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, I was like watching old videos of us and stuff like that. He was always someone that I found very entertaining to watch and would always like my eyes would always dart to him whenever I'd be watching one of our like old performances.
Oh, nice, nice, nice. So for me, I think the past, I really enjoyed like Haiti Gant from NYPD,
Mm.
um Summit from BK, and then what else? I like Bobby from Fertile.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah, for now, I feel like oh, I can't forget about Past Arun.
Yeah. Oh, for
That
sure.
man's
Yeah.
you know great dancer. Now I like my brother. You know,
Mhm.
I have to give him a shout out. Uh, Prince,
Mhm.
Gunnar Baines. Um, Surya's pretty dope too. And oh, I think it was the Black Jody from GCC.
Mhm. Mhm.
I forgot his name, but he's pretty dope.
Mhm.
Um, so what's your favorite like a Bhangra segment?
Mm. I think either Jummer or Fumonia are always like my two favorite to dance to because I think like that's when I personally think like your own personality can be showcased the most because I always think those are like the swaggiest segments in a set. So I always like have the most fun dancing to those two.
Nice, nice, nice. So what's your favorite comp? I'll share
Oh,
mine too.
um, so I've only like the only two comps I've done have been the past two Bergs. So I think like those that's definitely up there for me being able to like soldiers and like sailors is just like such a special stage and like so many like great teams have been able to dance on that stage and like it's always very nostalgic to be up there. I think that's one. And then I think Bruin is also another one that like I want to hit my bucket list and be able to dance on that stage as well. I think
Oh,
those two
nice.
are yeah.
For me, I like this. I'm going way back. I enjoyed T dot.
Hmm.
So I didn't dance, but my brother did with
Hmm.
Fertile, and like the whole like atmosphere, the whole like vibe was
Yeah.
so fun,
Yeah.
having the circus theme.
Yeah.
And then now I think the World Class Bhangra, like the WCB, the UK comp,
Mm,
that
mm,
was
mm.
the hype. Is like when
Yeah,
NDCG, not Straight Dragons went, on
yeah,
K
yeah,
Javon, you
yeah,
know.
yeah.
Um, what do you see yourself in like 10 years from now?
Hmm. You said where?
What do you see
Oh,
yourself like 10 years from now?
oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
What? Mm. So like I want to be like a teacher once I'm done with school and stuff like that.
That's cool.
So that's kind of like where I see myself hopefully in the next 10 years. I think it's definitely up to be changed, but as of now like that is where I see like the foreseeable future going.
Oh, nice. Yeah, for me, I feel like it would be cool to be a teacher, but
Yeah.
majority I always want to like open my own clothing line like store
Mm. Hmm.
or keep it folk.
Hmm.
Um, you know, also like get married soon.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. You have to like think about like how your future is gonna be like. You know,
Yeah, for sure.
who is your favorite Punjabi singer?
Oh,
There's a lot. I know. There's a lot.
yeah. Um, I'm trying to think. I like the prophecy a lot.
Prophecy is
I
pretty
think,
dope.
yeah, I like his voice a lot. Um, Diligent, obviously, for sure.
Yep. Yeah. Pretty
Um,
dope.
and then probably like Surgeon Bindarakia for sure.
Sujeet
Like those
Bindrakia.
three, yeah.
Nice. For me, I like Raf Sapero,
Hmm.
AP DeLong,
Hmm.
Gurren the Go. Surjit Ben Rakia, Sujit Dosanjh, and what else? Oh, Teji Panu.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So when you prep for like as like a cheat meal and stuff like or a meal plan, like how you
Yeah.
what's your secret like way or what's your like how you like set up your own meal plan?
Um, so I think just like my go-to is just like chicken and rice. I think that's like one, it's just easy for me to make, and like obviously two, it's like it's good for you, and like it keeps me full like throughout the day, especially when getting close to comps and stuff like that, when you're dancing and practicing for pretty long like every day of the week. So I think that's definitely like my go-to meal with like some like sort of vegetable like broccoli or something like that, as just like a easy to make in like 10-15 minutes, and then
Mm,
it'll keep me filled.
nice. So going back from when you said like you have like injuries and stuff,
Mhm.
what was the best way how you can like recover yourself and heal?
um I think it was definitely just let like time take its course. I think I was definitely trying to rush it and like get back sooner than what my body was able to be back at. But I think just like taking a step back and like listening to my body and knowing when too far is too far for my body, and kind of just like knowing it's okay to be like take it slow and like take my time to make sure that
Right.
I when I do come back that I'm like 110% healthy and not at risk to get injured again.
Um, so as a like graphic designer as like me, do you think like for having like if you look at the comps like ADZ,
Mm-hmm.
Buckeye, NDC, they have like backdrop videos and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and then most of the teams get very like awards. Do you think graphic designers should get like awards for making backdrop videos?
Yeah, I
And you
think
can
like
argue if you want,
yeah.
I don't mind.
Yeah, I think like it definitely does play a role. I think obviously the main focus is on watching those teams, but just like how a DJ gets recognition for like best mix and stuff like that, I think
That's true. Yep.
if like the backdrop is does play like a large role with like gimmicks or stuff like that, then I think like those graphic designers as well should get that
Yeah.
recognition as well.
So who's there like when looking at the backdrop videos, what was your favorite like backdrop videos that you've seen from other some teams?
Um,
I made some, so
yeah, I think RVD always has like cool stuff going on in the back. I'm
yeah.
trying to think of what else I've seen have any.
I've done
Yeah, I
like
think just go ahead. Yeah.
I've done like Alamo, Fertiles, RVDs, and MBT.
Mm-hmm.
But that one I collab with like DJ Juggy.
Oh, okay, got you.
Yeah. The Alamo one was like a lot of work. It was at like day and night.
Yeah,
It was it was atrocious. But I had fun. I had
yeah.
fun.
Was it for Bruin or for
It
what?
was
What
for
comp?
Bruin.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah, I had fun with that. And I feel like having graphic designers and making backdrop videos, the amount of times like they do the work and
Yeah,
like have the backdrops like each comps. I feel like graphic design should be awarded
for
for
sure.
more
I
stuff,
agree.
you know. And besides like the best dancers mix and like winners and
Mhm.
winners. Um, yeah. So if you run a comp, let's say that if you run a comp, what's the first thing that every Bhangra like comps should have?
Oh,
I don't know.
competent.
Is it
Yeah,
like a risky question or tricky?
yeah.
No.
I think biggest thing is competent liaisons. I think like especially for teams that are traveling from like far places or like the opposite side of the country, I think having people in whatever city you're competing in who know what they're doing and like know what
Okay.
teams need throughout the entire weekend and stuff like that. That's very crucial, in my opinion. And I feel like if those like liaisons, however many you have, like don't know what they're doing, that just makes that team's life a lot harder for no reason when they're already so stressed out about competing and making sure all their props are set and that they have everything ready. So definitely
Yeah.
having people who like are experienced with some sort of like something about Bhangra and like know at least a little bit so that they can be useful throughout the weekend.
Hmm. Nice. I feel like I don't know. If I was a liaison, I would like love to like research about more of the team
Yeah,
besides
exactly.
like getting to know, you know. However, it can be either or, you know.
Yeah.
Um, yes, and then this one is gonna be go back to like the injuries and stuff. Like, what's the best way how you can like doing stretches?
Oh, I just like look up stretches on YouTube and especially for like
Hmm.
sports, like I look up what's like a good like warm up stretch for like basketball since like a lot of this there's like a lot of like similar like jumping and like kind of constant um like mobility movement and stuff like that. So just being knowing that like you can change direction very quickly and be able to get into like a deep squat with like bait and stuff like that, being super flexible with like your hips and your like hip flexors and stuff like that.
Okay, nice. Let me see what question. So now is the Bhangra seasons have started, or well, soon will be started. It's more of the comps. So what do you want to see like more of the in the Bhangra industry? Like, do you want to see more like good? I don't know how to explain it. But like what looking at like the Bhangra industry, like do you want to see more of like more but getting better with the mixers or stuff, or like what
Hmm.
else do you want to like see?
Um, I think
It was
like
a yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
yeah, I think teams like even like speaking for us and stuff like that, we can like start to like push the envelope more and like kind of like think more outside the box about like how we can showcase like our passion for this art form and especially like through like how we do it on stage. And I think like a lot of people tend to restrict themselves when it comes to thinking of like even if your team isn't a gimmicky like team or that's not your guys' identity, I think people still like tend to play it safe and not really like kind of push those boundaries and see like how far they can really take
Hmm.
their creativity.
Nice. How many? How often we have more? Just let me know when you're like,
Yeah, no, I'm good. Yeah.
yeah. Um, what's your favorite Bhangra mix? I know there's a lot.
Yeah. Oh
There's a
gosh.
lot. Favorite Bhangra mix and mixer. Let's say that.
Sure. Oh. Um.
And we're almost done with the questions. So
Okay. Favorite mix. Hold on. Let me look at my Spotify
yeah,
and
go
stuff.
ahead.
My
Go ahead.
SoundCloud. Let me see.
Go ahead.
I think favorite mixer for sure. I'll have to give it to CAC. Like I
Cat.
like a lot of his work, and I've been able to work with him on our
Cat.
mix this year. So I think he's definitely one of my favorite mixers in the circuit. And then
Shout out
favorite,
to Cat.
yeah, and then favorite mix. I think Nashi Giovanni Warriors at Bhangra on the Berg 2015. That's one of
All
my
right. Yeah,
favorite
that
mixes.
was a great mix. I like my favorite mixer is G Sims.
Okay.
For favorite mix, I'm a huge fan of like the UK mixes, like
Mhm.
GCC 2017 at Bhangra Fest, I
Yeah,
think.
yeah, yeah. That one's a really hot one.
Yeah. Um. Um. So for in the mixing and stuff, like, what do you like to hear? Like, to hear some mixes and stuff, like new stuff. Well, like what kind of like melodies, kind of like new beats and stuff. Like what type
Mhm.
of like you're interested or you're more um like oh I like that. I want to hear that type. Like, what's
Yeah.
your like take on like mixing stuff?
So I'm a huge Drake fan. So I think whenever
Okay.
I hear Drake or like some sort of his songs like sampled or anything like that's always like one of my favorite parts. And then I always like find I think like the bass pattern carries the mix
Yeah, yeah.
in a lot of sections, especially with like the more hyper segments like subs and like usually like your end seg and stuff like that. So I think those are like I think the bass plays a huge role, and that's how one you get the crowd like going, and how you get like the dancers going as well to be hyped to dances. Yeah.
Hmm. I'm more of like old school, like
Mhm.
I'm like like, there's like some English songs, but like for like because I'm more a folk type,
Yeah.
like I'm a huge like if you look at live music, they're like the way they use the instruments. Like I
Mhm.
wish they some have like a drum pad and like
Yeah, yeah.
that'll be cool. Um, so I got two, actually no, one more. So the one is live or music. What's your take? Like what's your
Oh
interest
God.
or your favorite?
That's a hard one.
Yeah.
Um,
Mine, I'm alive. I go
yeah,
live.
gotcha.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I think both have its like
Hmm.
favorite aspects for sure,
Yeah.
but I think like one of my always go tos. I always tend to go towards more music sets, and I always find like for me like more enjoyable to watch, in my
Mm,
opinion.
got you. I got you. Well, actually, oh wait, no, hold on. I got one. Actually, two more.
Gotcha.
So this one is, how do you feel coming back to dance after quarantine ended?
Oh, it feels so nice. Like especially competing at Berg a couple weeks ago, and like there were
Right.
kind of like not really any crazy restrictions with like masks and like stuff like that. Like all we had to do was just get a COVID test like the week of, and like that was really it. Like it felt so nice not having to worry about like potentially like going on stage with the mask on and like dancing for like 8 minutes, and I don't know how like I'd be able to do that, or like how people are able to do that and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
like and then even like at practices and stuff like that, we used to have to practice like with masks on and like socially distanced. But now that like seeing everyone's face and like seeing everyone actually enjoy their time at practice and like being able to be with each other is definitely like another added aspect, and like helps us come together as a team more and stuff like that.
Nice. I feel like after like when quarantine ended, like everybody's like had to restart,
Yeah,
you know, to get back into dancing because
yeah,
like
yeah,
most of the in quarantine like people like just eat a lot of junk food and so
yeah,
like
yeah,
any
yeah.
like but it is difficult to get back into dancing and um and stuff. And I know people are gonna argue about this,
Oh,
so
for sure. Yeah.
I really don't care. But so this last question, uh, what's your favorite fast food?
Oh, Taco Bell, 100%.
Taco Bell?
Can never go wrong. Never go wrong.
All right, what'd you get on Taco Bell?
Um, let's see. It's usually like I'm very based on what I'm feeling in the moment, but like I think one of my consistent orders is always like a fiesta potatoes with a Mexican pizza and like a chalupa or something like that, and then a Baja
Okay,
Blast freeze, of course. So,
I'm more of a Subway guy.
oh, gotcha. Okay,
Yeah, you know,
gotcha.
Subway, Burger King, because their fries
Mm,
are so good.
yeah.
Um, what else? I feel like the
Chick-fil-A. I
most
also really like Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A is pretty good.
Yeah.
If you go to Cali, go buy some In and Out.
Oh, for sure, 100%. Yeah.
you know. I think the most underrated like fast food I know, I feels like either Arby's
Mm,
or what else? I feel like McDonald's is kind of overrated, in
yeah,
my
I agree
opinion.
for sure. No,
In
I
my
totally
opinion,
yeah.
you know. I think that's about it. Like all the questions. I think we just, you know, jot it down. But thank you for coming.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for
Um,
having me.
yeah, no problem. So if you guys want to listen to all this podcast, it will be on YouTube and Spotify. And yeah, until next time, I'll if you want to hop on a podcast with me, just DM me on Instagram.
Okay,
And yeah,
cool.
thank you for
Sounds good.
having me.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Good talking to you.
yeah.